If you could bring it. Yeah, you can bring the cream over here, cool Greg. Yeah.
What's that song?
I don't know, you're just making noises.
Am I just making noises?
I think you are.
Did I revert back to a 2-year-old who can't really talk? But I just got,
Yeah, pretty much. That reminds me of one time my friend and I, Stephen Doyle, we were recording ourselves.
No names, please.
Stephen
D. We'll call him D.
Steve D.
Toyle.
Steve D.
Stevie Toyle.
So we were in his apartment, and he had
Steve the G Toyle.
I was on our friend Nick's drum set.
Right.
And we were just banging away. We were singing songs, and I was just like fucking jamming on the set, dog. Just fucking hitting the kicks, hitting the hi-hat, hitting them Tommy Toms, you know. And
Tommy Tongs.
Afterward,
hitting those Tommy Chongs.
And I think we were playing like a Panic at the Disco song, and then he goes into dan 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 dan, and he's like mouthing this song for me to drum along to, and the whole time I'm trying to figure out what song it is. And he's dan 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 bam dan 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 dan. He's like, come on, you know, dan dan. And
did you ever just think to stop and ask him?
Turns out it wasn't a song.
Oh, he was just jamming.
He was tricking me.
Okay.
He wanted me to think that it was an actual song, and I was like, I don't know what fucking
Do you
song
think
this
that's
is.
what I was trying to do earlier today?
Yeah, that's what I thought you were trying to do. And I thought you were going to be like, joke's on you, not a real song.
Well, let's put it this way. The
could
joke's not
be.
on you, it's not on me, it's on the audience out there. Because they just watched the first 5 minutes of this show.
Good morning.
And it was all we heard was a fun story about Stephen Tribble.
Steve Doyle.
Steve Doyle. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the
He's a
Kind of
cool
Funny
guy.
Morning Show. My name is Nick Scarpino. With me today is Andy Cortez. At the
Hi.
helm, over driving the show, steering the ship, is Mr. Kevin Coelho. Back from the dead.
Oh my
There you are.
God,
Oh
that
my
scared
God.
me.
That was amazing.
Kevin, somebody needs to mash that up with the Five Nights at Freddy's jump scare.
Yeah.
That looks like
That
a
was
Five Nights at
terrifying.
Freddy's thing that
was
pops out of the...
terrifying. If I
That
wasn't so
was-
tired and quasi-caffeinated right now, that would have really gotten me.
We could have done a party mode right here.
We could have done a party
On
mode.
the
You're
set.
wearing the party mode shirt.
I am.
I
And
was
you're
wearing
wearing...
I am wearing. This is Throwback Thursday for me. I believe in Shuhei Yoshida.
You're wearing a shirt that I designed in the year 2015.
Yeah. Now a lot of people are saying,
2
Nick,
years ago.
how awesome that you remembered that shirt in honor of PSX starting this weekend, right? Greg, of course.
Purely coincidence.
Greg, of course, interviewing Shuhei Yoshida and Sean Layden
Yeah.
on Friday night. He's hosting the Uncharted panel, and he's doing all sorts of other stuff. Lots of meet and greets. Lots of great weekend for the best friends out there in our community out there. So I thought, in honor of that, I would keep this shirt at my desk for the last 6 months on the rare chance that you and I both wore the same shirt one day, and then I would change.
Right.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
that's what happens.
it's sort of...
What's unfortunate is that I have a party mode shirt on my desk too, and this could have been the party mode Kind of Funny Morning Show special.
The Party Mode Trio show.
Yeah.
But
It's not
Nick
too late.
Nick ruined it.
Did I fuck it up?
Yeah, you fucked it up.
Well, we'll never know.
This shirt reminds me a lot of Mr. Tom Hawkins.
T-Hawk? I miss
T-Hawk.
T-Hawk. I haven't seen T-Hawk in forever.
I miss him a lot. Everybody,
Last time I saw him was at E3.
tell him we said hi.
Send
if you
Tom
see him.
Hawkins 5, I think. Is that his
Tom
Twitter?
Hawkins 5.
Tom Hawkins 5. Some sweet nasty love from us. We haven't done that in a while. Everyone say Tom Hawkins. Hope you're having a great day.
And if you see him in the streets, walk up to him and say, your life is in danger, and then walk away.
Walk up to him
Just
and
to
say,
see. Thank you,
they're-
Cool
and
Greg.
then have someone else walk up to him and say, they're
Cool
watching.
Greg.
See, he won't believe you on the
Get
first
more
one.
silver
But when it's the
Sharpies.
second person that comes and goes, they're watching, he'll freak the fuck out.
Oh.
You know what I
isn't
mean?
that
Eagle Eye. Remember Eagle Eye?
That's,
With
oh my God.
Shia LaBeouf?
How did you know that I was going to go there?
Because we're fucking here, man.
Holy shit.
Because we are the power
That
duo.
is,
Someone
I'm
shit
the power
you
top
not.
and you're the power bottom. It's fucking awesome. Together we make one power
fucking
person.
Pete's sake, that's the
Kevin,
same
give me the
thing I
lube.
thought.
What do you want?
Yeah. What?
Right?
What are you saying? Give you
You
the
can be a
lube?
what?
Give you the lube?
You can be the lube in our power bottom, power top combination.
What is the loop?
You know, I watched this show back the other day. I was replying to some of the comments. Thank you all, by the way. This is a live show. We would do this every day, each and every day at twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. But if you can't watch live, you go on YouTube. You guys can comment there, like, subscribe, share. Please subscribe to the channel. It's super fun. Hey, you got a friend named Dan? I got a friend named Dan.
Hey, Dan.
Tell Dan we were talking about him today.
Dan Avidan from the Game Grumps. Hey, Dan. Dan Avidan and I are starting a podcast about Rush.
What's it called?
Analog Kid, Digital Man. Those are two different Rush songs, and I'm the Analog Kid, and Dan is a Digital Man.
That's really cool.
This is all just in my mind. I'm just
Could we,
I'm hoping to will it into existence.
No, that's fine.
He
Just
doesn't
like-
know who I am.
Just like we did the very popular, and some would say best podcast on iTunes, the Geostorm podcast.
Geostorm Pod. You can get it on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher.
Check out iTunes for the Geostorm
RDO.
podcast. It's the Disaster Cast. It's the best podcast about disaster movies ever made that no one ever made.
Remember Rdio? So like
Rdio?
4 years ago?
Yeah, I remember that.
3 or 4
I remember
years
the
ago,
name.
like Spotify and
I remember
Rdio were
used
having
it.
the HD, DVD, and Blu-ray battle.
Yeah.
And Spotify just beat out Rdio. I like Rdio better because it was a blue-colored color scheme.
Spotify came in
As opposed to
and
green.
they look, and Pandora was like, we ain't scared. We ain't scared about this fucking new kid on the block, right?
They
And
should
then
have been.
just like the new kids on the block, they disrupted, you know? They came into the scene and they danced their little fucking asses right into my heart.
They came in.
They were like,
dance, dance,
shout out to Spotify, which by the way works 1 out of every 5 times I try to use it.
What are you talking about?
It's always just weirdly, like I always have to relaunch the app. Oh my God, speaking of which, started watching a movie called Gilbert last night. This is a documentary, very well-made documentary about Gilbert Gottfried. You know who that is? The comedian? He played the parrot in...
Gilbert Gottfried.
Horrible voice.
Yeah, he sounds like he's got
Hi,
that.
my name
God.
is Gilbert Gottfried.
What does he sound like normally? Is that really the sound that comes out of his mouth when he talks?
That's
No,
just
he
his,
has
that's
a
sort of
different
his
voice.
excited character. But I was like, I had heard this interview with the filmmaker on The Business, which is a podcast I listen to. Which, if you guys are into, if you're into Hollywood entertainment news, like insider news, The Business is phenomenal. It's run by Ken Masters over at The Hollywood Reporter. Heard this, I'm like, I've never been interested in Gilbert Gottfried, but this sounds like a cool documentary. And given that I'm on a journey currently through the annals of open mic. There you go, funny word.
Fucking guy, dude.
Right, he's so smart. He went to college.
Jesus, dude.
Since I'm currently suffering through the annals of open mic comedy, I'm like, I'm gonna watch this and see if I can get a little inspired. Great documentary. What I fucked up with is, for whatever reason, I bought it on the PlayStation Store through my PS4. Because when I buy it on demand, my wife goes, "Hey," a month later she goes, "Hey, did you get a movie?
Why
Get
is
a movie on demand?
Why is she
that's
doing the
fucking
Robert
hot,
De Niro
man.
impersonation?
Hey,
That's hot.
You bought a movie?
what did you get a movie?
Bought a movie?
You got a movie? You a tough guy? You a tough guy?"
So she doesn't check your PlayStation 4.
Well, I got a couple UFC fights that haven't hit the bill yet.
Kevin, can I
so
get my one?
my Comcast bill is going to be like at least
You want a
another
movie?
120. Hey, oh, your answer. Is that Robert De Niro?
want a movie?
Kevin, you didn't tell me Mr. De Niro was here. Sir, I'm a
Kinda funny.
huge fan. I really liked you in The Intern.
No, you fucking didn't.
I actually did. That's actually a
Really?
good movie. Yeah.
Intern's
it's a very
a good movie.
endearing movie.
Is it just because you're old and you can like,
You
you're like,
can
oh
relate?
shit,
Yeah,
this is
because
gonna
it
be
gives
me in
old
5
people
years.
something to do later in
Well,
life.
it's 'cause
like
you
maybe I'll get to
know-
work underneath Anne Hathaway.
You're aware of the finality of life.
Wait, he gets a job
Circle
because he
of life.
wants one?
He gets a job because his wife dies.
And he has nothing to do?
And he's got nothing to do, and he's really sad. And so he goes, fuck it, I'll apply for this internship. And it turns out that he's obviously really smart and successful, so they start listening to him. But in doing so, he sort of mentors Anne Hathaway through either selling or not selling
they
her
fuck
company.
in the movie?
No, they have there's a
Jesus
weird
Christ,
scene
Andy.
that is a little weird like that, where she kind of comes into a hotel room vulnerable, but it quickly shifts over to
Like a father-daughter.
But I think at one point, and maybe it's just me, maybe it's just because I see good-looking older man, I see younger woman on a bed together in a hotel room. I think porno. I think porno.
Yeah.
You know?
No matter how old the guy is.
So there is that.
you ever seen porn with really old dudes?
I didn't finish my story. So long story short, on the PS4, this thing just kept skipping backward. So every time it would down scale the image.
Mm-hmm.
So like if my signal dropped a little bit, it would decrease the image to like 144p, and then would keep playing and then slowly ramp it back up to HD. And then right when it got to HD, it would skip back to where it had refreshed it.
Oh.
And I was like, what in the fuck is happening? Reset my router, right? Looked at did my upload. I'm like, well, maybe my Comcast is throttling me or
Sounds like a
something.
PS4 bug.
Did my upload speeds. Totally good upload, like 100 up, 9 down, or whatever the fuck it's supposed to be. I'm like, this is great, right?
100 down, 9 up.
Right, that's what I meant. 100 down, 9 up. I was like, well, I'll test out Netflix because the PlayStation kept saying your connection's too slow for whatever.
Right.
Test that out Netflix, fine. Amazon, fine. It's just whatever the playback, the video player on the PS4 just could not handle the madness of
No,
Gilbert
it's probably
Gottfried.
because Ajit Pai, the motherfucker trying to end net neutrality, is probably out there tinkering in your shit. He's tinkering in your.
That'd be amazing
in
if
your
he
back
was
end.
out there and he's just in his living room and he's looking
Yeah.
at what I'm looking at and he's like, A, you need Jesus. B, let's fuck with Nick Scarpino
Yeah,
right now.
let me close that tube a little bit.
Let me just close. It's like a heart, like one of those valves that goes to your heart. Let's just close it a little bit, see if you have a heart attack.
Yeah.
See if you have a heart attack. That's what he's trying
blood
to
cells
do.
have trouble going through there and stuff.
Yeah. We're already off to a great start. Ladies and gentlemen, next piece of housekeeping
This
news.
is probably the best show we've done.
I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
You have great energy today. I'm feeding off.
I'm
great
really-
energy.
so
Only
somebody-
we were all
Yeah.
wearing party mode shirts. You know what I mean?
You're right. Somebody in chat said, "Is Andy just tired,
You hate
or is
PSX,
he?
I get it.
Is Andy tired, or is he high?" Which is a question I probably get the most. I am never high.
Andy
I'm
was
always
just-
tired.
Shit.
I'm always tired though. Fucking Cool Greg's wearing it too.
God damn it.
Nick.
He's the PA for this show. Literally everyone that worked on it today could have been wearing a party mode shirt.
We can
mean,
take a photo up here.
You got
Christmas
listen,
We would look
photo.
so happy.
Is it called Throwback Thursday? That's what it's called, right? Fallback Friday. Some people do that shit.
It could have been Party Hard Thursday.
Way back.
It already
Wednesday.
is Party Hard Thursday. It's gonna be Party Hard because Daddy's gonna go in. Daddy's gonna get a haircut, beard trim, and they're gonna massage his face a little bit.
And
Party
what
Hard
kind of
Thursday.
burritos Daddy gonna eat today?
Daddy's not gonna eat a burrito today because Daddy's been eating too much protein and getting the squeegees. Kevin, bring this
God,
up, please.
Nick, Jesus fucking Christ.
I have a comedy showcase this Saturday. I've been talking to you guys about it a little bit. It's going to be at a place called Ray's Hearth, which is at 4701 Geary. Show starts at 8:20, but I just put 8 p.m. because that's a weird fucking time. Comedians don't understand shit. Oh, we'll start at 8:20. It goes from 8:20 to 10:30. I'm like, you can't put that on a fucking promo image. 8 to 10. That works.
Ray's Heart
8:20.
sounds like a place or like a movie that's in the Oscar running that nobody saw.
It is a tiny little Irish pub, totally laid out like you would think alcoholics would look like when they're in the
Starring
80s.
Tilda Swinton.
It's got one pool table that no one uses and a stage, I shit you not, about half the size of this desk,
And Joaquin
which I will be on.
Phoenix.
But it's a
actually-
good crowd. A bunch of people are coming out. I think Tim's coming out. I don't know if you're coming out or not. Oh, you're leaving for PSX this weekend.
I
So
leave
you're not
tomorrow
coming out.
morning.
Kev, are you coming out?
Yeah, I'm coming out.
So Kev Dog will be there, big old Tim Dog will be there, which means that at some point, Cool Greg pop a smoke bomb and he'll just be there. He'll apparate there. So if you guys want to come, if you're bored on Saturday night, come out and see me do some comedy. That's going to be super fun. Okay. Next thing, let's bring up that Disney vlog because I think the trending gamer vote's done. We were in a Disney vlog. Go check this out. Tim and I went down to LA and filmed a fun commercial. We got in wardrobe. We messed with the crew the entire time. There's
You
me,
look so
like a
dumb.
fucking
You
idiot.
look like an idiot.
Man, I'll tell you, they bought all those clothes from like the swap meet, from like not swap meet, like Goodwill, and they had that smell.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Smell of like this.
Of
This hasn't
just
been washed in
a used,
years.
a worn-in Ash shirt. Yeah.
And they're like, I'm like, you don't want to ask because you're like, I don't want to ask, but this does smell. Look at that.
God, you look great,
That's
dude.
the final. fucking
You
look.
look great.
That's the hotness right
Nick,
there.
I recently went to the movie theaters.
Go watch that. Go check that out. Let's pop up. This is over on our YouTube channel.
I recently went to United Artists, the movie theaters by Stonestown.
Yes.
The whole theater has that smell.
Oh, I like it. But see, I like that movie theater.
Ah, I hate it.
I
I
love
hate
that
it.
theater by Stonestown. That tiny little 2-screen theater.
Really?
Yeah,
It's
it's fucking
clearly
awesome.
one theater that they split into two.
100%.
There was
Ah.
a Cinema 8 movie theater in Far, Texas, attached to El Centro Mall.
El Centro.
And this was a theater that just smelled like fucking feet, man. Just like the strongest stench of Parmesan cheese feet. Awful. It's
hot.
But you would go there to watch like it was the bargain movie
Yeah.
theater. You would go there to watch like
Well, this is kind of what.
Tommy Boy 8 months after it was already in theaters, sort of thing.
The United Artists plays like indie films, right?
Yeah, that's where I saw Don't Think, which is a really good movie from last year, I believe, which about improv, starring Keegan-Michael Key. Yeah, they play really fun little movies there. But there's such a nostalgic aspect to that, too. It's what the theater Kevin's talking about is the one where you go and the seats are so hard, you're like, why would any human being submit themselves to this torture?
I thought I was going to sit on a syringe every time.
You're basically just sitting on a rock full of syringes.
They don't. Even, they're so old. They don't even have cup holders.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I
It's
love it.
so weird.
Well, it's because humans back then used to hold the water. They would get the water from the well, from the where the elephants and buffaloes would drink from.
Yeah, they were like elephants. They just suck it in and hold it in their stomach for a while. Kevin. Let's get into some news. Before we do
do it,
that, tip reminder, if you guys want to tip us, go ahead. We will read tips at the $5 above level. If you want to say something fun to us, go for it. There, we are also taking 500 bits or cheers. If you don't know how those work, ask Zyger in the chat. If he's in the chat, ask him.
Just ask him.
Let's go into the first news story. So apparently there's some new photos of X-Men Dark Phoenix. How excited on a scale of 1 to 1 are you on this
Oh,
one?
cool. Are we on the fucking DeviantArt fan side, or what is
That's
this?
what it looks like, huh?
Let's
This
scroll
looks
down.
like
Let's scroll down.
this looks
Well,
like
this is Imager.
somebody just got a photo of her and put it on their DeviantArt page.
Oh, is that Jessica Chastain? Glad she's doing
Ooh, she
that.
looks weird and blonde.
Yeah, she's
looks
a little,
interesting.
I like her blonde though. Scroll down. you think Jennifer Lawrence is like, this is it, I'm done with this shit.
Oh,
I'm not doing this fucking
totally.
makeup ever again.
Totally.
But she's making a ton of money though.
Yeah, that's probably
Oh
true.
God,
just
she's fucking
loving it,
printing
like-
money. She is minting that
One
shit.
for me, one for the fans, sort of thing, you know?
The thing I like about this is I just recently went back and watched X-Men Apocalypse, right? Which is the first one Sophie Turner was in.
Yeah.
And I like her as Jean Grey.
This is the last one, right?
Yeah, that was the last one that they came out
Do
with.
you
That
like
was-
her, Jean Grey, where
Yeah,
she
I
has
don't-
like the weird ambiguous accent that kind of keeps changing?
Well, as you know, Kevin,
I do.
in the Academy Award-winning Bryan Adams scored film Robin Hood,
Uh-huh.
Prince of Thieves.
And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. Oh, no.
Dun,
Wow,
dun,
I
dun.
am.
It was so wrong, but I went with you.
I am way
Right?
off.
I die for you.
That's the one.
Yeah, you were.
That's the one.
Anything I do it for you.
Brian, I was, holy shit.
You know what though? Here's the thing about it.
I went Goo Goo
You
Dolls.
committed, and I fucking went there with you. I knew you were wrong, but if you're wrong, I don't want to be right. That's how good that felt.
Almost kiss.
Damn it.
Can't do that anymore, Kevin.
Okay.
Not in this political climate. I'm not allowed to almost kiss one of the people underneath me. Andy, you're
can't
you're
believe-
promoted to my boss.
I can't believe.
That's how it works.
Wow.
Riffing off this story, X-Men Dark Phoenix first plot details revealed over at the Egan. This story is from.
Just call it IGN.
No, I refuse to. I worked there for too long. We all know. Everyone knows who worked at IGN for longer than 10 years. It's called the Egan. That's what we call it. Joe Screbble says, we knew X-Men Dark Phoenix would retell the classic X-Men storyline bungled in 2006, The Last Stand, and now we know how it will do that. This probably has some spoilers in it, but as reported by EW, Dark Phoenix will see the younger cast of the franchise in 1992, around 10 years after X-Men Apocalypse. The mutant team are now national heroes, with James McAvoy's Charles Xavier landing on the cover of Time magazine and inflating his ego a little too far. Writer-director Simon Kinberg explains that Xavier puts the team on more and more dangerous missions, culminating in a space rescue mission gone awry, where a solar flare awakens Jean Grey, Sophie Turner's dark inner force, the Phoenix.
That's cool.
Drawn in part from the original Phoenix comic storyline, the film will apparently be the most sinister and somber entry in the series and includes a, quote, massive twist halfway through that will irrevocably change the course of the franchise,
You know
according
what the
to
twist
EW.
is, right?
Here's what the twist is. Halfway through, they sell to Disney and the movie gets good. Aside from Turner and McAvoy's characters, we'll see the return of Mystique, Jennifer Lawrence, Beast, Nicholas Hoult, who I fucking love. I love both those people. Storm, Alexandra Shipp, Nightcrawler, Cody Smith McPhee, and Quicksilver, Evan Peters. Quicksilver, arguably the best part of every fucking X-Men movie. Jessica Chastain will also play a shapeshifter that meets Phoenix. X-Men Dark Phoenix will release on November 2nd, 2018, and there's a lot more X-Men centric stuff coming to our screens in the next few years.
Here's what I'm glad about.
What are you glad about?
I am happy that
know?
this movie is far enough into production where it's going to be completed and we're going to get to see it. I feel like this seems like one of those movies that could have always just been a fever dream where.
Was this a fever dream for you?
No,
was
no,
this something you wanted to see?
No, I guess
To me, they bungled it so badly in 2006
Yeah.
that I'm like, I'm good, man.
I guess since
Well, also,
after
like, Apocalypse wasn't good.
I guess since after Apocalypse was like, kind of just a whatever movie.
Right.
To most
Mid-tier,
people.
mid-range.
This seems like a movie that was hard. Like it was difficult enough to try to convince people to make.
Sure.
But, like,
After
why make
Apocalypse
it?
didn't do great.
But why make it at that point?
I mean, I think Apocalypse
Well,
made its
'cause-
money back.
Because I still have faith, because I still love Days of Future Past and I loved First Class, and I still have faith that they can make another good X-Men movie. And Dark Phoenix always seems like one of those movies where like we keep talking about a new Joker and
Yeah,
Harley
but,
Quinn
like-
movie, and we keep talking about all
but who-
these other DC properties that will never get made. This seemed like one of those things that was always like, they're gonna keep talking about this Phoenix movie forever, and it's never gonna go into production. And I'm glad it's there because I
wouldn't
have
it be
faith.
better? Like now, this just means that like if DC ever buys them, like we're gonna have to wait a little while.
Disney.
Or, I'm sorry. If
They're very close. It's all going to be Disney one day, so you
Yeah.
can just say Disney now.
If-
Let's get ahead of it. Let's be fashion
if
forward.
Disney ever buys them, like now we have to wait longer to get the Dark Saga, like a good version of it. Because like let's be honest, Apocalypse. Like I hated Apocalypse. Like that movie sucked.
I didn't hate it.
I hated it.
I didn't hate it, but I
Like,
certainly
no.
didn't really like it. I thought it was fine. But First Class and Days of Future Past, I really, really enjoyed.
So, do you guys think at all that the twist is gonna be that like there's a solar flare and at the same time, the fucking Fantastic Four get created?
Maybe. That'd be cool. But
And
I don't
then
think
coming
so.
from the heavens, Death Angel. He's the new superhero. And he's going to take the world by storm, Nick.
So
A 4.
we talked when
he's
you were
gonna
in the
be phase
office.
5.
We're not going to mention Death Angel anymore. It elicits a negative response in Kevin, and it's just a mean thing to do. Kevin can like whatever band Kevin likes to like, okay? If I can like Demi Lovato as much as I do, Kevin's allowed to watch and
Lovato's
love
great.
Death Angel. She's so great.
She's so great.
She's so great.
We should get her on the show.
Oh my God, that would be. I would not be able to contain myself if Demi Lovato was in here. She's just a small, compact ball of goodness, you know, just ball of positive
get there?
goodness.
What'd you get there, Kevin?
He had all your cookies.
I got hot Cheetos and then more of these guys. I'm not
Here's
gonna
why
lie.
I like this movie. Here's why I'm looking forward to this movie. It's the last hurrah of the X-Men franchise. at
No,
Fox,
they
I
already
think.
did that. That was Logan. Great.
No,
Leave it at Logan.
I mean,
Let that be the last
This is the
movie.
last Fox
I keep
21st
forgetting about
Century
Logan.
Fox
You're right. I keep forgetting about
made movie that we're gonna see. And oh no, Deadpool's the next one. Sorry, I
But like
apologize.
Deadpool's a
after
different
this.
beast, you know? Deadpool's actually good. Or at least the
Deadpool
last
is
one
good,
was.
but I'm saying this will be it's gonna be very nostalgic because after this, we're not gonna probably get another X-Men movie under the 21st Century Fox banner. That's it. This is it. We're cutting it off.
How
We're
good would-
recasting everything. We're bringing it back into the fold, back into the Marvel Studios fold. And I, for one, have been saying this for years. Great, good, excellent. A lot of other people talking about the Disney buyout, which we're going to get to later because there's another story that's very interesting about that in regards to the Alien vs. Predator series. That's interesting to think of as well. Why is your screen so tungsten?
Because I have the night filter on.
Why do you have it on now? It's daytime.
It's
I
daytime.
forgot to turn it off.
Uh,
You know,
I don't-
you
I
can
don't
set
have
it
it scheduled.
automatic.
Mine's auto.
You can set
It's
it
not a big deal.
automatic.
I can set it to auto. I prefer.
Mine just does it
I
automatically.
prefer being in control.
Because the iPhone thinks you're stupid, and it's right. It's right.
It thinks you're stupid and it's right.
Yeah.
I think all of us are stupid. I have it on good
No, no,
authority.
actually-
Kevin, bring up the next news story.
I'm gonna make a video to put.
We're in the middle of the show.
I know we're in the middle of the show.
We're
but-
literally. I'm about to talk about Ryan Reynolds and Detective Pikachu.
Right, but people can still come watch the show.
Yeah, they should watch the show. If they're not watching the show by now, they're done fucked up.
Cool.
Here's a fun one. A lot of people are thinking maybe it would be The Rock that would be Detective Pikachu, the voice of Detective Pikachu. No, they've gone back to the comedy well, and Ryan Reynolds, Van Wilder himself, is set to star in Pokemon movie Detective Pikachu exclusive. The actor will join Justice Smith, who will be seen in the upcoming Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom trailer coming later today. Big Little Lies actress Catherine Newton. The Deadpool star has signed on to star in the legendary live action. Oh, excuse me, in Legendary's live action. I was like, we're gonna fucking call this Legendary already. Legendary's live action Pokemon movie, The Hollywood Reporter's learned. Reynolds joins that, I just talked about that. Rob Letterman, Goosebumps, is directing the project, which is due to start shooting mid-January in London. The concept of Pokemon, which launched with the video game. You guys all fucking know what Pokemon is. What do you think about this?
I hated that I read this story and they're like explaining what Pokemon are. It's like, all right, come on, guys.
Well, to be fair, this is on The Hollywood Reporter. Not a lot of people come here for video game news.
Okay, sure, but Pokemon Go was the fucking talk of the town. I don't know.
Yeah,
Just
but you have to
whatever.
understand, for people like, for parents who are going to take their kid to see this, they don't pay attention to their kids. All they pay attention to are their phones. When their kids are running around committing crimes over there in the fucking Starbucks, meanwhile, I got to deal with them because they're just little, tiny,
The kids are
unlogical
committing
monsters.
crimes.
They're monsters.
Unlogical, illogical.
Illogical. You can't reason with these things.
Right.
They're just alien beings that kind of speak English, that look at you when you go, don't throw that milk. They take it and they go, I'm gonna throw this milk. And then sure as shit, like a fucking 1940s grenade, they just pull the pin and they throw the milk.
This is based off a real story?
Yeah, it happens to me all the time. The Starbucks I go to in the marina is Mom Central. And it's like dual wielding child carriers, what are those things called? Strollers? They got the
Strollers,
double-decker
yeah.
strollers with maybe a third down there for a child just in case one pops out by accident. I don't know why the third one's down there. Maybe it's for your dog, who cares? And they come in, and they always try to pull the dual wielding fucking things into the Starbucks store. And I gotta hold it for them. And they're so oblivious to me holding it that they just walk right by because they're beaten down by these little fucking monsters that are like parasites sucking on their proverbial teat. Or literal teat.
I would have liked to see Pikachu have a different voice.
Why so?
Well,
Who would you have, like, you wanted more of a kinder, Pika!
no. I wanted like full Rorschach from Watchmen.
Okay. Like a darker,
I wanted like December 6th.
like Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci would have been great. Or Danny DeVito. You wanted Danny DeVito.
I just saw Gyarados leave a bunch. I wanted it to be very, very deep and but who knows? So some people on Twitter were like, hey, you never know. Don't count out Ryan Reynolds. He might be able to pull off like a really gruff, deep voice or whatever. I just don't want to see Deadpool
It's going to be
play.
Deadpool. It's going to be
Pikachu.
Deadpool. I love Ryan Reynolds, and I will defend Ryan Reynolds to the day I die. But he has two characters, Van Wilder and Deadpool.
He always
Those are
does
the
this,
same
He always
character.
does this sort of, can I get my one, Kevin? He always does this sort of thing. Well, didn't see that happening. Or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, didn't see that coming.
Hey, give me my one, Kevin. Oh, fart liquor. No, he does stuff like that. Where it's like, Kevin, can I get my one?
Can you
Give me one. Ready? And go. Woo!
What?
Fart. Oh, it's okay. Well,
give it to me again?
Okay.
Right. No, but I get.
Now here's the thing. You give Kevin more shit than I give Kevin, by far, and he likes you more. I don't get it.
That's not true.
He likes you better than
Nick,
me.
you're my favorite.
You're his favorite.
He says that now, but
I
when
say
I
that
leave the room,
always.
I hear the way he talks to you and looks at you. You're clearly his favorite.
I hate him.
You're everyone's favorite, and it annoys me because every time I do the show with you, I put my heart and soul into this. You walk in 10:49. Andy, can you get some stories? No, I'm good. You come, you sit down, you go. You don't even prep your 15 seconds of sports.
Are we doing that?
No, you're already You're well into 2019 at this point.
Are we doing that?
With everything, we talked about Ric Flair for 45 minutes yesterday. Remember that?
We did.
What's up
Yeah.
with Ric
But
Flair?
that was your doing too.
I did fuck up.
You brought up the documentary.
It's a good
What
documentary.
documentary?
The 30 for 30 on Ric Flair. Have you not seen this?
Oh, no,
It's
we
really
talked
good.
about it last
It's
time.
really good. You should watch it. That one and Gilbert. Those are my two favorite documentaries.
I don't know how to watch 30 for 30.
If you have cable, do you have cable?
Yeah, 100%.
Go to On Demand. It's on ESPN's On Demand.
Okay.
It's 30 for 30 Nature Boy. I think it's what it's called. All right.
Have you heard of the Overwatch League? Best friend is talking about the Overwatch League. So Overwatch League, this is like totally not entertainment. This is totally gaming related. But here's what's really cool about the Overwatch League, Nick. It's straight up like sports. They gave
Sorry, I was just.
a bunch of big cities in America are getting their own Overwatch League team.
Sure.
So it's like the Dallas Fury or the Dallas something or whatever,
Yeah.
and the Phoenix whatever. And all of their players in the Overwatch game, they all have color coordinated like uniforms almost.
That's cool.
It's really cool.
That's great. They have other sports that do that too, right? Like basketball and football.
Basketball does that.
And soccer.
Yeah.
Like real sports.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying those Overwatch is sports, but it's esports. It's esports. Can I do 15 seconds of
No, that was it. I was actually timing you. That was 20 seconds.
shit.
That was your
Damn it.
stupid. Those are your sports
Wow.
news for there.
You got me.
To be fair, it sounds like right there I was making fun of esports. I apologize. I'm making fun of all sports. So I just want you guys to know if you're going to throw some hate at me in the comments right now, do it for the right reason. It's because all sports are dumb, except for UFC.
Aaron
That's the
Porter's
bomb.
going for the
What
Houston
sports are
Outlaws.
great?
I'm going for the Dallas Fuel because fuck all Houston teams, dog. Fuck the Rockets. Fuck the Texans. Fuck
Fuck.
the Oilers too.
Yeah, fuck those people.
The Oilers used to be the.
Game of Thrones, season 8. Kevin, pull this up. More so, everything we have right now, I think, is a Sophie Turner story. That's great. Game of Thrones, Sophie Turner claims season 8 premiere is in 2019. What the literal fuck?
It should come out in the winter.
January.
It should come out January.
January.
Something, right?
What in the fuck, HBO? Let's read this story before I get really pissed off. Matt Davidson over at The Egan says, even before Game of Thrones' 7th season premiere earlier this year, there was speculation that the show's 8th and final season might not air until 2019. In an interview with Variety, actress Sophie Turner, who has played the central, we know who the fuck she is, seems to have confirmed that this will be the case. In a wider conversation about her upcoming schedule, Turner identifies the Game of Thrones coming out in 2019, identifies that Game of Thrones comes out in 2019, seemingly cementing 2018 as the throneless year. She also states that filming for the 8th season began back in October and isn't likely to finish for another 7 or 8 months, lending weight to the 2019 release. Turner has a busy time ahead. Yeah, she's doing all this fun stuff. We just changed it.
Good for her.
My guess is maybe it's scheduling. Maybe it's that HBO needs to get some other stuff in gear with Westworld, some other shows they want to do, because if Game of Thrones is ending, that's going to leave a huge, huge hole in their lineup. Similar to when AMC lost Mad Men and Breaking Bad in like consecutive years and never recovered from that.
Yeah, never.
Never. They're like, oh, we got Better Call Saul. And everyone's like, bro, you don't got Don Draper. You don't got shit.
What are you talking about? Better Call Saul's. I would say Better Call Saul is better than Mad Men.
You see what I did on that one? That was what I just did there with that definitive statement was my version of the fadeaway.
But what did you do? I didn't see what.
I just dropped the knowledge bomb.
But what was your version of the fadeaway?
I just took the brick and I dropped the knowledge bomb. Metaphorically speaking, I faded away on you on that.
Andy, he fucking got you, dude.
You got me?
I fucking got you. I beat you at your own stupid sports game, The Fadeaway, starring Andy Cortez. This is annoying to me. I love Game of Thrones and I want it to end. As you know, I've already given up on The Walking Dead. I'm close to giving up on Flash. I've got 3 Flash episodes in the can, and I look at the synopsis and I'm like, I don't know, man. I've been down the road with Flash a lot here. I want these shows to end. I want new shows, or just stop making shows. Let's all play games together. How about that?
Let's just watch season 2 of Westworld.
Oh man,
That's all I give a shit about. I will fight to the death to anybody. I will fight to anybody.
yeah,
You know
will
what I'm
fight
saying?
anybody. You don't have to fight to someone.
I will fight to
You're
the
not
death.
throwing a fight at someone.
I will fight in death.
You'll fight anyone to the
In the
death.
afterlife.
You'll die, come back as a turtle,
Andy.
and then haunt me as a ghost turtle.
If anybody disagrees with me, that episode 1 of Westworld is the best episode 1 of any show ever.
It's so fucking good. It's so good. And if you haven't seen Westworld, I don't want to spoil it for you, but the little twist there, you know what I'm talking about? Woo! As the Nature Boy Ric Flair would say. Woo!
That is what he would say. Huh?
Everyone close your ears. No, I don't want to spoil it. I'll do it afterward.
Kevin, the dinosaurs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Remember in Jurassic Park? This is annoying. Whatever. Move on. I mean, it'll come sooner or later. There you go. Time for the deep dive topic, ladies and gentlemen. Disney, as you know, has been looking to buy 21st Century Fox. This looks like it's going to happen, Kevin, if you bring up the story. You did already, I'm sorry. You're well ahead of me. Another story from, I started reading this site, Egan. Never heard of it before, but Matt Davidson says if Disney completes its buyout of 21st Century Fox, it may use Fox's stake in Hulu as a foundation of its own streaming service. I didn't realize this, but apparently 21st Century Fox, or Fox in general, owns a 30% stake in Hulu. Disney already owns a 30% stake in Hulu. If Disney buys 21st Century Fox, all the properties, it gets
80%.
that 80%. Good job at math.
Yeah.
Glad you're beautiful. 60% stake in Hulu, which means they will be the majority holder of Hulu, which means that whatever the streaming service that Disney was going to launch, they could put all of that into, it could be Hulu, which means that Hulu, for the first time in my life, would actually be a legitimate source of content distribution for me, as opposed to Netflix, which has been trouncing it. How does this sit with you? Oh, Netflix is just better. Better. Undisputable.
I feel like lately the movies coming to Hulu have been awesome, and I feel like
Daddy's
the fact
Home?
that I feel like I feel like the fact that you could watch most TV shows seasons as opposed to just now Netflix is mostly just becoming an original fucking, like, it's all just originals.
They got good shit though.
Well, I think that's by design, obviously, because they don't want to rely on other people's stuff.
Kevin, they have a lot
Disney,
of
who's
shit.
going to pull all their shit from Netflix.
I don't know if they have.
They have a lot of great shit.
They have a lot of shit, right?
They have a lot of great shit.
But aside from Stranger Things,
And then like 5 other good shows.
Black Mirror, what else? What else is there?
You're looking at me. I don't know.
I feel like there's
I
a
don't
lot
have
of
Hulu.
just shit on there that nobody wants to watch.
On
And we're
Netflix?
slowly figuring out, like now that shows have been starting to get canceled, they canceled that show with that one girl, Miranda Sings, the show that was called, forgot what it was called, but it looked really bad.
Talking about
Something
YouTube
Haters.
Red or Netflix? What are
Something
we talking
Haters.
On
about?
Netflix.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
something The Haters, yeah. Haters Back Off or something like that.
Yeah.
I think we're slowly starting to see what shows aren't going to be making the cut. I feel like this whole period, the last 3 years, has been like sort of an audition period.
Well, it's
for
definitely
what shows are going to be mainstays.
It's definitely
on the show,
been
on Netflix.
a transitional period. I don't agree that it's been sort of a testing ground for shows. What I think is it's been a testing ground for the format, right? So Netflix has clearly proven, and their strategy at this point is pretty clear, that they are moving toward all original programming, right? Syndication for them is probably a little bit too murky, especially now since Disney's going to be like, hey, we're probably going to pull all of our movies off your platform and put them on our own platform. So it makes sense for them to go, okay, we want to compete, we got to compete in the original content creation world.
Oh, Ozarks. That's a good one.
Ozarks is a good show.
Ozark.
The one Godless that Greg started watching is
Big
supposed to be a
Mouth,
really good
great.
show. There's another show I want to start watching called Dark. There's another show called
You never watched Big Mouth, you fuck.
it's on my queue. I've got a lot of
is
shows
that
to
the
watch.
cartoon?
What's that?
Big Mouth? Is that a cartoon?
That's the cartoon with all the comedians. There's another show I just started watching last night, Spike Lee's She's Gotta Have It, which I was like, this is actually a cool show.
That
Have you seen the preview for this?
that doesn't exist already?
There's a movie called no,
She's all that.
She's all that.
that's a great movie.
Stella got a groove back.
Another movie, that's Angela Bassett though. Yeah. These are all
She's
different
got
movies.
to have it.
So I think this would be fascinating. I like this idea because the thought of paying for another streaming service is annoying to me. And if I know Disney, they would make me pay for it. They would find a way to entice me over there to pay for it. I've wanted Hulu for a while, but it's just been a bridge too far, right? I pay for Amazon Prime already. By the way, if you have Amazon Prime, you get one free Twitch Prime subscription. Give it to us. This is your reminder today. I already got that. I think they're failing a little bit when it comes to their original content creation, largely because I think they're making plays to take movies into theaters, and I don't agree with that. Like, I think that's a bad idea. I think they need to double down on their original content. Hulu, I want Hulu for Seinfeld, but I'm not willing to pay for yet another service. And that's just, this could get me to pay for it.
Do you know someone who pays for the service and maybe doesn't have Netflix in their life?
Hulu? Oh, no.
You want to do a trade?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was paying for Hulu. I did the free trial. But now that the free trial is ending, I don't know if I want to keep it. I have had the lower version, paid version of Hulu.
Right.
And they almost punish you into getting the ad-free version.
Yeah.
Because not only are there ads all the fucking time, but it's the same goddamn ads.
Yeah, if I'm paying for something, I don't want ads. I don't care if it's $5 or $10. Like, give it a fucking break. Give it a break.
I believe it's $11 or $12 for ad-free Hulu.
Okay.
Or it's like $8 for no ads. But I'm telling you, you don't want that. There are at least 3 or 4 ads a show, and it's the same ones. It's unbelievable. They're fucking unrelenting with it, dude. Is that a word?
Yeah, it's unrelenting. It's a great word. No, I mean, unrelenting is a better word for that.
It's so upsetting, the amount they do it. Yeah.
They're so violent
They're just,
with it.
yeah.
What's up, Joey?
It's like every 45 seconds.
You guys were just talking about Hulu?
Yeah, why? What's up?
Shit about
Use my
Hulu.
account.
Okay.
Joey.
Problem solved. Can I? But this is the other problem, right? Like we were talking about, all of the networks are flirting with these online subscription-based platform, right?
Yeah.
Remember, I was feuding with CBS All Access.
Did you ever cave on that?
No, because the Orville came around, and I was like, done. This is scratching that itch,
Is that
as
on
Greg
Hulu?
Miller would say. It's on Fox. And
What?
Fox allows you to stream it via the platform I already pay $130 a month for, which is
$130.
Comcast. Yeah.
$130.
Would it be
Comcast.
cheaper if I stopped buying $60 UFC fights? Probably.
I recently
Probably.
I upped my cable to around the same price because
It's
I really
disturbing.
Because I really wanted to watch Dirk Gently to the point where I was like, fuck it.
Dirk Gently, really good show. Really good show. I bought the first season on Amazon, and I was like, I can't wait for the second season. It's already there, so I had the BBC.
This is good news for me, if this does happen, because I would have never considered paying for a Disney-only streaming service.
Neither would I have. If they would have had to be like, here's what would have gotten me to that platform. Hey, we have a triple fucking A Star Wars TV show that will be on our Disney platform.
Yeah.
Starring Ewan McGregor and Nick Scarpino.
And
Buddy cops
the boy who
in
played
the cosmos.
The boy who played Kit in episode 1. Even though he's not a white guy. He's not a white kid, but
Who the fuck is Kit?
Kit, who's like,
One of those stupid.
go Annie, go!
Go, Annie!
Yeah.
Anakin, this is pod racing. Beat your shit.
No. That's so
Remake
violent.
those movies. Fuck, remake those
Good
movies.
movie, man. Good movie, man. Darth Maul pod racing.
Here's what I need you to do: swallow this whole cup. Like, just open your mouth and swallow this cup.
Yeah, unless, and I'm sure that is something that would happen if Disney said, hey, here's our own streaming service. Guess what? You do want this because we are bringing a AAA Star Wars show to it.
Right.
So here's the thing. I already sort of gave up on the Marvel TV universe of, like, I didn't give a shit about Iron Fist. I know I should watch The Punisher. A lot of people seem to be enjoying it.
Incredibly
But
violent.
like The Defenders and all that show,
Not
like
good.
I totally gave up on it.
Well, that's just Marvel's TV offering altogether. Like, they have The Gifted now, The Runaways, and Legion.
See,
It's too much
The
shit.
Runaways on Hulu, I've heard, is actually really good.
Yeah, guess what? I'll never know. I have that itch scratched in my life. It's called Episode 7, Season 2, Stranger Things. Nailed it. They nailed it. They knocked it out of the fucking park.
Is it 7 or 8?
I think it was 7.
It was 7, yeah.
It was 7. That's what I'm saying. We need fewer streaming services, right? We've had this unparalleled era of content distribution, and it's just too fucking confusing. We need to see some of these start to fail and consolidate. Fail and consolidate. Someone brought up Amazon Prime, still kicking with The Tick. The Tick,
Oh, The Tick.
phenomenal show.
Great.
You should watch that.
It's upsetting there was only like 5 episodes.
We're not going to get another 5 episodes for another year. I know they're already filming them, but
You know
It's
what I
like-
can't wait for?
what's that?
New season of Castlevania. The animated series.
People, every time we start talking about Marvel, Mr. Cooper, I know people shit on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but it got really great. After the what? The
After
15th
6
season?
seasons, yeah.
Because it wasn't good for the first 2 seasons.
I can't believe that like fucking Gotham is still on.
Gotham.
Who is watching Gotham?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
You know what it is? They're trading off that OC nostalgia. Remember the OC? Da, 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 da. California, California.
Here we go. I would.
I was a huge OC fan. Rachel Bilson, for life.
Summer, yeah,
life.
Summer and Sun forever. But even I couldn't make it through season 1 of Gotham.
Really?
Yeah, no.
What's the guy's name? Ben
McKenzie.
something? Ben McKenzie.
And I love him, but I love Batman and I love DC, and I couldn't do it.
Well, Jen,
I'm shocked that it's still going.
yeah, it's one of those things where like I go. The only comic book show I watch right now is Flash, and I still like Flash. But like I said earlier, I've hit that point where it's on my DVR, and you know my wife. At some point she'll go, "Hey, there's 3 episodes of Flash on the DVR. It's time to let it go." Because she knows me. She knows I'm kind of a hoarder when it comes to that stuff. So she will look at that and she'll just delete it for me and take it off, and I just won't think about it ever again.
Podcaster makes a great point that I totally agree with. Stop with the 22 episode seasons of TV. It's old.
Stop it! Oh my God!
Such
stop
a great
it.
point.
The worst thing about the
Also, Tall Gamer says, please stop singing. No, we're going to keep singing. So, sorry.
California. Be-do-do-do-do-do. Remember that? What you say?
There's a great story about that fucking SNL digital short.
Yeah, it was
how
fucking
that
hilarious.
is what started the millennial weird humor trend.
Really?
Like that sort of weird humor that has nothing to
buy
do
that.
and makes zero sense and isn't like that's just sort of funny for being odd. That's sort of what
No,
started.
first off, that was genius. And here's why that was genius. Because if you saw that season finale, what was it, like season 4?
No, I think that was season 2.
It was way later because it was when, remember, he had gone to Mexico or something like that to be a pit fighter. And they were all out of high school at this point, and like we were like,
It was
spoilers.
season 3.
When you make a show that's based in high school and then they're no longer in high school, ceases to be fun.
Season 3 is the last one that she's in.
Yeah, it was bad.
That one,
That episode was so ridiculous that you have to make fun of it. That's why that was genius. Ladies and gentlemen, that was your deep dive topic for right now. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to go into P.S. I love this. No, we're going to go into tips first. Thank God we have this handy dandy document here. Tips time. It's tips. 2 tips. Mr. X has given us a tip. It says the Disney Fox takeover is cool for X-Men Marvel, but I don't really want to see Alien or Predator in Disney's hands. I don't want Alien on Ice, and I don't want High School Predator either. Thoughts?
First off, Alien on Ice is fucking awesome.
What are you, a monster? That would be amazing.
I think that's like going towards the extreme. I don't think we'll ever see
course
anything
not.
like that.
No.
I mean, I'm cool with it, man. They haven't made me lose faith yet.
What's making me lose faith is I just saw another report, I think it was last week, where Ridley Scott was like, hey, guess what? The next Alien movies won't have that many aliens in them. And I'm like, I get that. Because I think to myself, how many times can you go back to the, oh shit, we're trapped with a monster well? And I like where he's starting to go with the, hey, let's go more fucking heady, spacey, like let's smoke that kind of shit that puts you out of your body, and then I'll start writing and we'll see what happens with the David character. But they haven't hit for me yet. So again, I look at Disney as a company that's making by far better movies than they are shitty movies. And I think, what would they do with Predator? Let's see. What would they do with Alien versus Predator? Let's see. I don't know. I'm willing to take that bet. Bob Iger, call me up. I got some ideas. How about this? Aliens on Ice. Off the top of my head. No one's ever thought about that.
Whoa.
They're just slipping around.
They're just
Yeah, they don't even have skates on. They don't have skates. They're just
Oh my God, that'd be super fun. Our next tip comes from Neil to the Music. Says, just call me Neil. Giving you guys some ramen money with some pre-birthday tax. Going to be 21 with drinks in the hand and watch Last Jedi. And have you guys talked about Colin's new side quest channel yet? No, we have not talked about that. But congratulations
We
to
haven't?
Colin.
I thought we did.
Did we? I think we talked about it when he launched it. But not today.
Oh, no,
When
not
did it
today.
launch today? No, it launched like,
I don't think it meant today.
weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, congratulations to Colin.
I think we have, yeah.
There you go.
Ramen money. I'll be going to
Fucking
ramen.
ramen, dude.
Dude,
Are you eating ramen right now, Kevin?
Marufuku ramen.
I've never had it. You always say it's good.
It's the best ramen in San
I really
Francisco.
want to. I would give a lot to try it.
You would give a lot.
What would you give, Kevin?
So Kevin, guess what? You do have to give a
would you
lot. You
give?
have to give like an hour and a half of your time.
I hate
because that's
that.
how long it takes to get in. Huh? Oh no, we're not going today. Today I'm in the fucking gauntlet, Nick. I'm in the fucking gauntlet today. Morning show, games daily, and then tonight we are doing a watch along of the Game Awards. Tim and I.
Oh, that's right. Congratulations. I won't be doing those. I'm gonna go get my hair cut, and then Tim and I have a quick meeting, and then I'm gonna go sit in a cafe and work while I try to get my name on a list to do comedy because I got that showcase this weekend, and I don't want to suck for you guys, the 3 of you that will come out and watch me. Here's the deal. Blue's the undershirt. Let me see some of Daddy's chest.
Great.
Let me see some of Daddy's chest.
There. Yeah, the whole jeans on jeans. It's 2017. It's in now.
I bought a jean jacket yesterday.
He's already defensive about it. What's up?
Are we getting Marufuku ramen for lunch today? I heard you throwing down the gauntlet, but the gauntlet needs to include some fucking ramen and Daddy's
Whoa!
belly. You know what
Whoa!
I mean, motherfuckers?
Whoa! No, well here's the problem
Well,
with
there's
it.
like 5
What's the
hours in
problem?
between.
Well, because they close at like 3 and then reopen like at 5.
So we'll get there right at like 1:30. We'll do the games daily quick. We'll do it quick for the kids, you know?
Dude, I have.
We don't need to do it.
I have a lot of editing.
Andy, for 10 seconds, stop thinking about yourself and think about me. I've never had
Mara, fuck you.
Marufuku.
I've never had Mara,
Marufuku.
fuck you. Robin.
And it's all I've ever wanted.
Oh, it is all. It's all you
I
ever
once waited 45
wanted.
minutes to not get it.
It's all you ever needed. God, you're the worst harmonizer.
No, I'm
Ladies
not.
and gentlemen, P.S. I love his best friend XOX because it was wrong.
No,
XOXO.
it's not.
Kindafunny.com/best friends where you go to nominate someone just like Michael Posabon at Dr. Puez did for Sean Steinke. What? What?
I just love when you read, man.
Dude, it's hard. How about you have normal last names? Michael Posabon. How would you say this word? How would you say that last name?
Posabon.
Yeah, so I fucking nailed it. Eat your phone and then afterwards eat my fucking Starbucks cup.
But it's just.
You asshole.
It's so good.
I met Sean at the Heel Kick after party in Edmonton when I drove up from Calgary to hang out with Greg Miller and the rest of the best friends that showed up.
my
I just
God.
nailed that sentence, so Andy can go fuck himself. We started chatting in the bar, and I mentioned I had a video game music podcast, VGM Generations, nice plug. He added the podcast to his phone right there and has been our greatest supporter since. Sean is truly a best friend and shows it in his undying support of my little podcast. I would give anything for a few more listeners like him because guys like Sean make it worth it. If anyone out there has a passion for video game, this is just turning into a plug for his video game podcast. I just want you to know that. Genius. Good. Touche, sir. If anyone out there has a passion for video game music like me and Sean do, feel free to check out VGM Generations. And thanks again to Sean being my best friend from Edmonton.
I'm a better harmonizer than you are a reader. That is the most factual statement that's ever been said on this show.
Next time, you're hosting. And we'll see where you go. We'll see what you do.
I've
See how you
hosted the
fare.
show before. It's always bad.
I mean, the show's always bad.
It's all- yeah, you're
but
right.
like Andy doesn't read any of the stories. He literally reads the headlines and then
I
talks about
just
something
don't
else.
respect the industry. I just don't give a shit. I'm just
Maybe
gonna-
you shouldn't host.
That's Rockstar. Well, that's why I host, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Andy
that's
just
why
comes
Nick
in-
hosts.
Andy just comes in to look pretty and, well, to look pretty.
I still think the top 5 morning shows was the first 2 Minority Reports that Kevin and I did.
I sincerely disagree.
You do?
Agree to disagree.
Agree to
You know,
disagree.
what are you gonna do? I love hosting with you. I love the shit that you give me, but I do at some point want you to eat this cup. Ladies and gentlemen, it's giveaway time right now. Andy, tell people how they can get entered in to win the giveaway.
There are 4 ways, ladies and gentlemen. You can be in our chat right now. Are you in our chat? I hope
Let's
so.
see. I see you.
He
Or do I?
sees you. The second way, you can be a subscriber to twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. If you have Amazon Prime, you can give that to us or to your other favorite streamers. But give it us, please, because I gotta eat. I'm really hungry.
Andy needs some ramen. That fuck you ramen.
Patreon.com/kindoffunny.
What's it called? Fukuyu?
Marufuku.
Okay.
You can be a supporter on patreon.com/kindoffunny or patreon.com/kindoffunnygames. And if you are a subscriber, a supporter on there, $1 gets you party mode early. I mean, what more could you want for this holiday season? 'Tis the season to give.
'Tis the season to be jolly, to give, and to receive sugar cookies.
'Tis the season of party.
And to receive a free game, just like Wes Bray did.
Wes Bray.
Wesley Bray, congratulations to the Kind of Funny Patreon. You have won Battle Chef Brigade.
How did that happen?
I feel like he's been wanting. He's due. His time has come.
Fuck that. He didn't deserve
And I
it.
wonder if now is the day, if today's the day where he stops supporting. If he stops modding, he stops like doing anything kind of funny related, because he finally got his free game. He's like, fuck that, I'm out. Like,
It's possible that I read the name of that game wrong, by the way. Is that what
no,
it's called?
Battleship Brigade. Yeah, you got it right.
Well,
it's spelled wrong.
It's misspelled there, but my brain just filled in. But sometimes my brain takes a shit on itself.
No, you know what?
And fills it in wrong.
There's this weird like psychology thing where
Your brain fills in the gaps.
as long as
Yeah.
the first letter and last letter are the right ones, you could jumble the middle and you're still gonna read it correctly. Because you just sort of read.
That's actually how I write. Words. I don't even bother spelling. Like, we're at a point as a society now. Can we just agree that spelling doesn't matter anymore?
I think
you
what's
just fucking throw the word out you think it's going to be. If autocorrect's great. If not, don't fucking correct me on Twitter.
I think what's incredible is that Nick correctly read the incorrectly spelled word, but you incorrectly read so many correctly spelled words.
Stop giving him shit. Reading's hard, man.
So maybe we need to fuck up all the other words. In
Are
order
you
for-
saying that I'm dyslexic? Is that what you're saying?
It's possible.
It is possible.
It's possible.
It's entirely possible.
Hey, I'm dyslexic sometimes too.
Maybe I'm like an idiot savant, right? Where I'm
Maybe.
only really good at singing. Like I'm really good at singing, but I'm bad at reading. Just like how you're good at looking good, but terrible at harmonizing.
Give me a line right now. I'll harmonize with you perfectly.
I can't think of anything. I just dropped the ball. We're a little long.
Think at all. You couldn't think of one.
Nope. Well, I was gonna do Hotel California again, but Andy's terrible at it.
Just try it.
Do the first. Welcome to the Hotel California.
Okay, ready? Welcome to the Hotel California. You nailed that. You proved me wrong.
Thanks, man.
You proved me wrong.
Thanks, man.
I'll tell you right now. When I'm wrong, I'm the first or second, probably 15th person to admit it. Okay, I never admit when I'm wrong.
You're the
This
keeper of
is the only. This is the
18
first time I've ever admitted I'm wrong. You nailed that.
Thanks, man.
You nailed that.
Thanks, man.
You've gotten better. I'm telling you, you're practicing.
Thanks,
Last
man.
week, you were terrible at it. This week, you nailed it.
Jace Plays Games has my ears.
What about yours?
They've been
Did
delighted.
they just fucking orgasm? Because that was gorgeous. That was gorgeous.
Is there semen dripping down your ear? I hope
Oh
so.
God.
That was the equivalent to Emily Ratajkowski telling you that she loves you. You know what I mean? Just makes your heart
Is
all
that how you
flutter.
pronounce her name?
Ratajkowski?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's how
I
pronounce
never
it.
knew how.
There's too many fucking consonants in it.
I
Ladies and
felt
gentlemen,
like-
let's go to 3 and 3 right now. By the way, keep across his comments and compliments.
Are those
Andy, I feel like
Ratajkowski?
you used to be obsessed with her. What happened to that?
Who, me?
Oh my God, Jelly Ham says August Ames. Oh, little smile. Did you hear about this?
Oh, she committed suicide, right?
I don't know. She died. I don't know how she died.
Oh.
I don't think there's an autopsy report back
Okay,
on what
well-
happened. But what a weird fucking story.
Yeah. Well, so I saw
I saw that this morning and I was like, whoa.
somebody
23 years old.
screen cap Riley Reid's tweet or Instagram post about
Yeah.
it or something, and it said, "Depression is real. Please get help." So that's why I immediately thought that she committed
Maybe
suicide.
I don't know. I haven't.
maybe she did,
I
don't
just
know.
I saw an initial report that said there was no cause of death yet.
Oh.
So I don't know if there's more. Guys, there's more in the chat link. It's terrible. It's terrible. If you're not familiar with August Ames, she's a porn star.
Oh, she hung herself.
She hung herself. Oh, that's
Hanged,
sad.
hung, whatever.
Hanged herself.
Now, here's as much of a creep I am. I never knew who she was.
I did.
I never heard of her.
I did. And
Well,
it's
rest
sad.
in peace.
And it's sad.
That's awful.
In lighter news,
I don't
B
wanna end
Patel
on that note.
007 says Psych is tonight. Fuck yeah, it is. And I gotta set my DVR for it. The Psych movie's happening tonight. You guys hear about Pluto? It's messed up.
Is that a line from?
It sure is.
Psych?
It's really good.
That's a pretty good
Come on,
line.
son.
That's a pretty good line. Yeah.
It's like, you hear about Pluto? It's messed up.
I really
You
like
would
that.
love Psych.
I really like that.
Wow,
line.
you gotta watch Psych.
So Psych is just one of those shows where like there are so many shows on TNT and USA where I'm just like, who the fuck is gonna watch this? The only show that I've ever watched
guy.
on USA where I'm like,
guy.
wow, this doesn't seem like a USA show is Mr. Robot.
So, back in the day, I remember seeing promos for Psych and thinking, that is the stupidest fucking looking show I've ever seen
Yeah.
in my entire life. And I remember distinctly saying out loud to my old roommate Ty Root, who in their fucking right mind would watch that lame ass show?
It looks like Franklin and Bash.
It looks like all those, right?
Yeah.
I'll get to Franklin and Bash in a second.
God.
Also, shout out to Franklin and Bash. Love Mark Paul.
Heard a lot of people like Burn Notice as well.
Burn Notice, great.
Yeah.
So I start watching Psych randomly because I think it was on, God, I want to say it was on Netflix. And I was like, I looked at it and I saw the premise for one of them and it had an 80s reference in it. And I was like, all right, I'll watch this. Oh no, I was flipping around and I saw it. I heard him make some reference and I'm like, I'll watch this for 5 seconds, right? Started watching it, I'm like, all right, whatever. Forgot about it. Same thing happened again Like a month later, I watched another episode because you know how they always play like when it's Psych Marathon, they play like 50 of them back to back. And I love when something I can just keep watching something, you know. And it just caught on, and slowly but surely, I'm like, oh my god, I'm embarrassed to say I fucking love Psych, and I hid it from people for a very long time.
You were ashamed.
I was ashamed. I was ashamed to like Psych because Psych was the marijuana of USA shows. It was the gateway drug that got me into Bird Notice, Suits. What were the other ones that I
Wasn't
watched?
Monk on USA?
Yeah, I never got into
Monk was
though.
on
You
USA.
guys
yeah.
didn't like Monk?
I liked Monk, I just never got into it. I
never
watched
got
like
into
2 or 3
it either.
episodes, I just couldn't get it. But Psych, legit, just a really fun, endearing show that I started falling in love with. It wasn't until Comic-Con like 3 or 4 years ago that I realized there were more people like me.
You weren't alone.
I wasn't alone. People loved this show, and I was fucking. Season finale came around.
You were
I was
psyched.
so depressed. I was so depressed when it ended, and so now they're doing a movie, and it's really great.
I never wanted to watch Monk because of the guy's
call it
last
Psychos,
name.
by the way.
I hated his last name.
What? James Roday?
No,
Dulé Hill?
Shalhoub.
Tony Shalhoub?
Just hate that last
Tony
name.
Shalhoub's great.
It's a terrible.
They
last
don't
name.
ever say it, not once.
It's a gross last name. They're ashamed of
They
it.
never say it in the show.
Shalhoub. Ugh. Gross.
Suits is fantastic. Says as abstract abs. It was fantastic, but I got. Oh, shout out to Meghan Markle. Congratulations. She's going to be a princess soon. Do you hear about that? Do you watch Suits?
No,
One of the leads on Suits is marrying Prince Harry.
Oh.
Isn't that fun?
the actual
And,
prince.
Yeah,
like
the royal
ah,
family's not happy about it. But
Interesting.
Because she's a commoner, as they say, and she's an American.
Didn't the younger son do that already?
He married a commoner, but she was British.
Yeah, but they still
Kate
weren't
Middleton
happy
was
about it.
British, and she came from an okay
then
family.
the dad did it
Meghan
too.
Markle's an American, which automatically, apparently, in the eyes of the British people, make us all hookers. Apparently.
What?
Apparently, we're just all shitty little
What are you talking
street urchins to the Brits. Tom Hawken, what's up?
Hey, Tom Hawkins.
Hey, Tom Hawken. Sweet nasty love to you, brother. No, congratulations. That's actually fun. We finally got one right. Finally, our two countries can get along.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we intermarrying. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Let's go back to the well here.
Are we in the Moriarty 3 and 3 already?
We are. We've been taking
we're
comments for like the last 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. Cool Greg walks in with his pizza. How you enjoying it?
Oh shit!
It's not
you got
bad, right?
pizza?
Carliosi says they're mad because she's a commoner. Oh, Nick, please stop. I'm joking around. I don't know. It seems I don't really follow it that closely. I just know that there was some. Let me know. There was some like kerfuffle about it. Let me know. What it
I'm
was.
mad about it.
Why are you mad about it?
Why the princesses from the UK taking all our beautiful women?
Well,
What's
because
up with that shit?
first off, all the UK, AU, and fucking Dutch people are taking all the cool roles in Hollywood. So why not take our women too? We got enough women. It's
Rack
fine.
and
Start our
Khaled
20 million
1996 says, "Hey Andy, are you guys watching the pre-show of the Game Awards as well?" I don't know.
Nobody
We
knows?
start streaming at 5:30, so if that's part of the pre-show or not, I don't know. But 5:30 is 5:30 Pacific
All
time.
right, it's noon. Wrap it up, guys.
Falcon
We
1282
got
says, Nick, I recommend Handmaid's Tale on Hulu. My wife loved that show.
I've heard it's very good.
It's got, I think it's Emily Moss
I've heard
from
it's
Mad Men. It's supposed to be
very,
really
very
good.
like it kind of makes you feel gross.
Well, everything makes me feel gross these days.
Like it's very unsettling.
We're in
Which
subscriber
show?
only mode. We've gone to the chosen few. Remember, if you want to subscribe to us, use your Amazon Prime account to get one free Twitch Prime account. Do it right now. We'll wait. Cool Greg
WPH
just came in eating a whole pizza. He's got a whole pizza with him right now,
That's
and he
leftovers from
didn't
yesterday.
want to share.
The pizza box.
WPH333 says, Andy, are you going to do anything with Funhouse or Sugar Pine 7 when you're in LA? No, because we'll be in Anaheim, so we'll be kind of like, we'll be a decent commute away from them. So probably not.
I'll say I don't want you.
Quinn D3PO says,
They do
Nick,
want
did you guys
me.
watch Casting Jean Benet on Netflix yet? I could not get through that. My wife liked it. I thought it was fucking weird, so I couldn't watch it.
What was it about?
It's about, you know the story of John Benet Ramsey?
Yep.
So it's about a documentary filmmaker who went to their hometown, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong in this in the chat, and said that she was making a movie about that and told people she was casting the movie. And so when they came to cast the movie, she sort of interviewed them a little bit and then recreated the scenes of what they all thought happened and how it was supposed to have happened. It's a very weird fucking way to tell a documentary that was eerie as shit to me, and I had to leave the room.
That sounds.
You felt
creepy as fuck.
uncomfortable?
It was fucking weird. Because it's these people who are talking about them like they knew them, but they didn't really know them, and they're just kind of speculating as to what happened and who killed her. It was very strange. Very weird.
Lexi Gunner asks, Andy, what are your Super Bowl picks? Patriots and
I thought you already did your sports talk.
what?
You did. Shut up. One of the golden children, Richard Draken says, Nick, how would you describe your role at Kinda Funny? I would think my role is somewhere between high-level administrator and low-level cook.
Okay.
Does that sound right?
I'll go
I want
Patri-
to rhyme, like the producer-seducer thing.
Okay.
You've
I'll go
never
Patriots.
Cooked. You've never cooked.
Cook or cook?
Man,
How
I
about
got
that?
the phlegm
how about
going.
that?
You know I'm not letting this go,
Phlegm
by the way. If you remember a long time ago, by that I mean 2 weeks ago, I said that you and I are now a tag team duo called All Day Air Day.
Okay.
Do you remember that?
I do not.
We are that.
Okay.
Now I'm changing it a little bit because I think you should be All Day because that kind of means that you're taller, and I should be Air Day, which is like more rounder.
Patriots and
Longer
Saints.
word.
Stop
right.
talking about sports, you son of a
Patriots and
bitch.
Saints.
Wrap up the morning show.
Kevin,
Yeah.
this is our art, okay?
Wrap up the
You
morning-
can't put art
I'm
into a
trying to go
bottle.
eat some good ass ramen.
You know what I mean? Heinz 57, put that in a bottle. That is art. I guess you can put art in a bottle.
Heinz Ward.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we
NFL
will wrap
MVP.
this up. Thank you so much for your support and your time today. Thank you for watching live. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more of this insanity. Andy, I love you. Thank you.
I love you, Nick.
I'll see you tomorrow, Friday.
Tomorrow's Friday. I
see you
won't be
tomorrow.
here. I'll be in LA.
Well, I'll be
Anybody
here.
who's going to PSX, come say hi. We're going to be at Portillo's and we're going to be around the show floor with Greg. Come say hi.
Go say hi. Check out
Woo!
Greg's social feeds. I'll be back with Gary Woodard tomorrow. Games Daily is up next.